Salutations everyone, this is Razor in my quest for a main, episode 3. Captain Falcon. He was the third character that I thought I might be given a go in this game. And I gotta say, after going through Kirby and Jigglypuff, I thought Captain Falcon would be a nice change of pace. He's regarded as a much better character and has a better tool set. So I thought, things might be better. I've had a decent amount of time as Captain Falcon, so I thought, it wouldn't be too hard to really get into the nitty-gritty of the Captain Falcon game. But I quickly actually realized that he's tougher than I thought he would be. Obviously, nothing is to be taken lightly in this game, but I just thought it would have been a little bit easier based off of my experience with him thus far. He was already my top 5 most played characters before I really went into it to make this video and, to just see if he was going to be my main. And I gotta say, I found out I'm actually really terrible at Captain Falcon. Well, much more so than I thought that I would be. He's actually, I think, one of my worst characters, but I really wanted to give him a go. I thought, he might be, a character that I would really go with. I've been using this dude since 64. He was one of my favorite things to do when I was, a 10-year-old was to go into, use Captain Falcon, go into story mode and just up special all of the Team Yoshis, and that shit was super fun to me. So, Captain Falcon, he's a strong character. He's, I don't know, mid-tier, probably. He's not a character that you can solo main and win a tournament, just because he has so many bad matchups. And when I say bad matchups, they're against really good characters, usually, and they're really bad matchups. Like, he gets destroyed by Cloud, annihilated by Diddy, crushed by Fox, absolutely slaughtered by Mario, gets walloped by Luigi. I think he also loses to Mewtwo. I think he also loses to Palutena. He gets crushed by Rosalina and Luma, gets annihilated by Ryu, gets beaten by Sheik. And I also think he has, possible problems against, Bowser, for instance, among maybe some other characters like, Donkey Kong. Not to say he's a terrible character, but the bad matchups that he has are very bad, and that's mainly due to his fast fall speed, so he's super duper combo food, and the knee to knee, that's how we do it, boys. And also his recovery. His recovery is one of the worst in the game. He does pretty decent against most of the other characters. He also loses to Marth pretty badly. But for instance, he does really well against Sonic, which we all know is one of the better characters in the game. And he can be competitive with Fox sometimes. I think he can beat Corrin. He has what it takes to beat Pitts and Ikes, Robbins. So he has a pretty good tool set. He also is probably going to lose against Zero Suit, but that matchup isn't absolutely terrible. Unlike Little Mac, who absolutely just gets crushed because he doesn't have the speed advantage that he has, just isn't what it could be against other characters. So let's talk about the strengths of Captain Falcon. We all know about the weaknesses. He's combo food, and the fact that he's heavy. And he has, one of the faster fall speeds. You can actually do combos against him that you cannot do against other characters in the roster. And combos will go for much more percents. For instance, I think Palutena's down throw up air works at all percents, no matter what. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to get rid of that Little Mac because he's fighting well above his weight there. He's very fast, probably has the best dash grab in the game. He's got a good dash attack. One of the best combo throws in the game with down throw. And then from that, you either go nair or up air, read a spot dodge, and that's knee town, baby. And that can start killing, around 50%, even with a little bit of rage, on some of your middleweight characters. So, and also, he's got the side B for closing out stocks. That's really great. Back throw can eventually kill, so can forward throw. Back throw is going to be the one that you'll be going for. But if you're on stage, up throw is useless. Back air, back throw, and forward throw just to get him off stage. But of course, down throw is going to be your bread and butter for up to a really large percent. Then you're just going to want to get him off stage, go for edge guards, on, you know, back airs, down airs, up tilts, or even down tilts if you can catch him, because his down tilt is actually deceptively really good. I like doing double jab to down tilt, especially on characters with not so great recovery, and or ones that can be very exploited once they're at a certain distance out, like Captain Falcon, for instance. Once he's a certain distance away and he doesn't have any jumps, oh, we're going to reverse Falcon punch that. We're going to read that Fox illusion. You thought you were clever with that? I don't think so. So, yeah, he's the master of style. He is an absolute disrespectful man. He won't even pull out the gun of his holster to use against his enemies because he frankly does not need it. But he's got the speed and a really, really good combo game. You know, at 0%, you can do forward throw, and if they miss attack, into dash attack. Otherwise, you're going to go down throw into nair, and probably get a couple nairs. Or, depending on their DI, if they have really bad DI, you can just go for up air strings relatively early, or up air into nair, or nair into up air, you know, depending on all of the many factors that there are. But Falcon does a great job at comboing people. Not as much as some characters can combo him. Fox can up tilt him like I think 8 times in a row, like almost no matter what. And same goes for Mario. Mario has like true combos 50% on Captain Falcon, and he also has true combos up to, I want to say 88 or 89%, like true combos. Not the easiest combos in the world, but absolutely true because of Captain Falcon's fall speed and his weight. But when it comes to how you play Captain Falcon, he doesn't have range. He doesn't have projectiles, even though his forward smash pretty decent range. But you know, he doesn't have any disjoints, and you definitely don't want to get juggled, because if you lose all your jumps and you're off stage, very, very exploitable, especially against characters with range, you know, that have a sword such as Cloud or Marth. Things can get quite bad, and oh, you want to tech those, Fox. You want to tech those. Now we're going to go up against another bad matchup, Luigi. So he's got the speed, he's got the combo games, really, really good on throws. Doesn't have much range, doesn't have terribly great poking tools. Forward tilt is okay for covering some options. And down tilt can be a nice spacing tool that gives you the furthest range out of any of your moves. But jab attack, you know, he has one of the best jabs in the entire game. You can just stay at the ledge and hold jab, covers almost every single option, and that can be great. The gentleman to get him off stage for more potential edge guards. And then, you know, once they're, you know, past 50%, you want to go for those down throws, chain those up airs, and if they want to spot dodge, then you need to be, to be successful with Captain Falcon, you have to call out the spot dodges when they happen and hit him with those down airs off stage and those knees at the right percent. There are some instances where you can, see, there we go. I was either going to back air if he was going to try to go high, or if he was going to try to go low, go for the down air, so we cover all options there against Luigi, because he didn't go for the immediate Luigi missile. So, you know, things can be, you know, quite good if you pick the right options. And there's the dare, because he decided to go for the missile that close to the ledge, so that cleans that up. So he has a really good offstage game. It's all about picking the right option and reading those air dodges. If you can do that, that's really the only way to be successful with Captain Falcon, because of the bad matchups that he does have. He can, you know, go in and do some really good combos, you know, once he has neutral and can start doing, you know, grabs, and especially if you can get him on platforms into grab resets for further damage. And as long as they, you know, respect your ability to punish an air dodge, you can just eat him up with up airs. For some characters for a long time, if they have trouble landing, or if their, you know, fall speed ain't so great, things can be really, really good for Captain Falcon in many cases. But as quickly as he can win a game, he can lose it just as much. I find myself just getting more missed inputs with Captain Falcon than any other character. I was having a real trouble with that. Also, he loses his jump like 70% of the time. It's ridiculous. If you down throw, jump off stage, your other jump is just gone. The vast majority of the time, it just straight up disappears. And that can be really annoying. And as you can see right there, as long as that Marth kept using forward smash, I wasn't going to make it back because of Captain Falcon's terrible, terrible recovery. One of the worst in the game. There's no hitbox on it. It doesn't go very far. and it's, you know, easily exploited in a number of ways. If not with disjoints, then, you know, just straight up tilts, or, you know, sometimes going off the ledge, you know, if that character is good at edge guarding as well. Captain Falcon does have the tools to turn the table against them if they do try to go off stage, but for the most part, your enemy, if they know how to edge guard fairly well, like that, strong knee to weak knee, that's how we finish up Marths. And then we have another bad matchup here with the Cloud. So one of the reasons why Captain Falcon, why you don't see much of him in tournament, you know, we see Fatality and, you know, a couple of others, you know, in locals, but for the most part, Captain Falcons don't have success. And like I've mentioned, he just isn't a character that's good enough to solo main and take a big tournament. And one of the main reasons being is that Fox is in the game, which may sound kind of weird, but hear me out. Everything that Captain Falcon is good at doing at, Fox is also good at doing at. And while they have similar weaknesses, such as the ability to be huge combo food, Fox is going not to be as much combo food because, you know, he's not as heavy and he has better landing options than Captain Falcon. You see on For Glory, a lot of people go for Falcon kicks to land, but, you know, that's really, really punishable and not smart. Only good for a mix-up, and it can clash with projectiles, so that can really throw off your opponent sometimes. But as you can see, this Cloud is eating me up. You really have to get in and not let go, because Captain Falcon has a very, very minuscule room for error, this character, because all you have to do is make one mistake and you're off stage at any percent and you can be killed. Like Cloud here, you know, 2 nairs and I'm absolutely dead, and we're at a huge deficit right here. So in order to play this matchup properly, I'm going to have to exploit his terrible recovery as well and utilize Captain Falcon's really strong spike game with the up tilts and the down airs. So like I was saying, Fox's strengths are the same but better. While Captain Falcon can get somewhat earlier kills than Fox, especially with me, and we're going to down tilt that because Cloud does not have the ability to snap straight back to the ledge. Fox isn't going to be comboed as bad, and he has better recovery, and he can do really damaging combos just like Captain Falcon, but for more percent. See, at Captain Falcon, you know, with rage and all that good stuff, things aren't going to be so great, and we're going to down air that climb hazard to finish off the Cloud, because, oof, boy, were we in a hole right there. So, also like all the bad matchups that Fox has, such as Luigi or Mario, Captain Falcon has a worse matchup against. So there really isn't a reason to main Captain Falcon if you can just pick Fox, who his strengths are comparable to Captain Falcon's and his weaknesses are mostly the same, but they're not as bad. And of course, if you want to pick, you know, another suitable character that doesn't have as many bad matchups, you know, that is definitely something that you can do. You know, he gets absolutely wrecked by reuse, and, you know, the prevalence of reuse and Sheiks and Clouds and Marios that you see in tournaments make things really, really difficult for Captain Falcon. But the dude's stylish. He's really fun to play, especially if your character doesn't respect the ability for you to punish an air dodge. Like I said, if you're going to be good at Captain Falcon, like Fatality is, you see he punishes every single air dodge. And that's what makes him, that's what gives him the comeback factor. That's what makes him so strong. And Corrin was just countering way too often, so I just called that out and charged that down smash. Angle it down, which will get you the kill a little bit earlier. Not that it was necessary in that case. But yeah, Corrin's on For Glory to counter a ton, which you can punish on landing with forward smashes, which is, you know, his best smash attack. Down smash, while it can cover multiple options at times, it doesn't really have that much use. And we're going to cover that with a back air, and oh, he's going to up special early, so we're going to make sure he learns to tech that next time. Otherwise, I was going to go for the down air or the back air if he did not up special, in which case we're just going for style points at this juncture. So we're going to finish here off against a Roy. See, with Captain Falcon, you have to be really patient and pick your moments, and when you go in, you have to make it count. He's really good at racking up damage. He has really decent kill power. Forward smash is fantastic. Back air is great. And of course the knee is amazing, and then of course you also have your spikes as well that can get early kills, gives you an early lead. But people will mostly look to edgeguard Captain Falcon, so be sure to up special past the ledge if they're getting a little bit too cozy there on the ledge, and you can get, a bit of extra damage there for them. And if you get them at up air, if you get them in up air combos at certain percents, see, Roy was countering a bit too much too, so we call that out with the knee that delivers justice 24/7. If you get them high enough, and if they try to air dodge up air, but it isn't at a point where you can punish with a strong knee, you can up special and kill them off the top. That's really fun to do. One of my favorite ways to get knees is to run off the ledge. If they're on the ledge or about to go to the ledge, I'll run off, jump back on, and knee. And if they aren't shielding, or if they're throwing out another move, knee will most likely out prioritize. And since you're at the ledge, it'll most likely kill. You can also use your wall jump to mix in some certain ways to come back to the stage. And that's what Captain Falcon's all about. He's about styling, mixing things up, and just being straight up disrespectful. He wants you to show your moves, and he wants to show his off just as much. Captain Falcon, a strong character, doesn't have really good matchups against most of the top tiers and high tiers, but can definitely make some noise. Whether he's for me or not, I don't really think so, because I'm not able to capitalize him at his full potential and punish when you should, and, just win neutral that many times in a row.